G'day and welcome to another update of the Sydney N-Scales main layout, the Cascade Union. We'll just go inside now and have a look around. Yes, today we'll be following a CP, Canadian Pacific coal train, around the layout to show you what we've built. Here it comes now, coming out of our version of Connaught Tunnel, which is in British Columbia. This train has 4 ST40s, 40 wagons and a guards van on the back. You can look over. This is our staging yard at the moment, which is Calgary. Most of the tracks will hold a 3,000 foot long train. This train just is about 2,800 scale feet. So, leaving Connaught Tunnel. This room here will be building a river to follow along the tracks here into a lake down the corner. Pretty mountainous scenery, really. Okay, so we leave this room. That's the Trans-Canada Highway. We're now entering a town called Parker in honour of a previous member of our club, Dane Parker. At the moment there's a lot of work to be done here, but we're working on it. That building there is a representation of Dane Parker's shop that he used to own, American N. There we go, passing another CP train, a couple of SD90s I think on the point. Up there you can see there's going to be a colliery. Come around, we'll keep following our train, we'll catch up to the other one as we blast through a tunnel. Okay, now we're in what we call the northern room of the layout, and our train is about to enter the township of Fort Macleod, which is very much under construction at the moment. I think I can show you a track plan of what we're planning to do there. May not be very clear. This town will include paper mill, sawmill, very Canadian sort of industries, including a car ferry. That's Fort Macleod depot there. All that space in front will be yard track, the sidings. That collection of junk leading up to that hole there is actually the colliery junction, just where those work cars are parked. So that's the southern end of Fort Macleod. We'll scoop through here, there'll be a mountains, various cuttings and so forth. And then we come around to one of our main attractions on this layout, the bridge. It's the Rocky Creek Bridge. We've sort of based it on Stony Creek Bridge in British Columbia, but we've renamed it for obvious reasons. Just get ahead of it now. And through here we'll be representing Marantz Curve. Still got a long way to go with scenery, but if you can imagine a river running from that first bridge around the bend to that second bridge, and lots of pine trees. From here we represent a scene where the old main line, which was single track, diverts away from the new current main line, which is still being under construction. So we're going past a work scene. That train on the line to Calgary is actually taking the old single track main line. As you can see, we allow anyone to run on our layout, so long as it's a train. Some scenes of the, there'll be another river canyon sort of thing here. That's the old trestle, obviously the new bridge in front. We'll have a lot of bulldozers and construction going on here. Okay, we're just going through Macdonald Junction, which was named after the first Prime Minister of Canada. This is the beginning of the passing. You can see that track passing there. That's the passing loop into Eureka. Spare bridge set here. Planning on having a nice wide slow running river here because we're sort of out of the mountains a little bit. This is a 3,000 foot passing loop. It'll also be the site of a ballast quarry and a ballast loading point. Coming up to marker post number 23. Our marker posts are every 2 meters along, so that might give you an idea of the size of the layout. Okay, this is the south end of Eureka, and at the moment we're running into a temporary reversing loop until we can build the next helix to go up the next level, as you'll see in the next room. So eventually there'll be a similar to the spiral tunnel in Canada, I think it's in Alberta or British Columbia, where the train loops over itself twice and gains elevation to the next level. So that's a little way off at the moment. At the moment, at this speed, it's probably going to take us about 20 minutes to go around the layout. I think we're doing about a scale 50 or 60 kilometers an hour, maybe a little faster. What I'll do is I'll try to give you a few rail fanning shots. The SD40s are very common in Canadian Pacific. They had over, I think, 400 of them for all sort of traffic. This train is made up of 40 rotary dump cars, which originally were painted red until they found out that coal was black, and they didn't stay red very long. So eventually the entire fleet was repainted black. I'm going to skip ahead now and give you a shot going across the big trestle. Action. Okay, once again, we're back here at Rocky Creek Bridge. It's a double track bridge. You can tell there by the Canadian Pacific SD90s, followed by a BC Rail SD40 and a CP SD40 on a large wheat train. I'll zoom out a bit so you can see the sheer size of this bridge. When you consider each wagon on that wheat train is a 50-footer and each wagon on the coal train is 60 foot. So it's quite a long bridge. Okay, we've moved photo locations now. We're in the back of Parker, looking across the yard at Parker, which the long siding to the foreground is for unloading petrol tankers or aviation gas for the Canadian Air Force Base, and the shorter one at the close to the main line is a team track for unloading various equipment. Here's a shot of the back of Parker Station. A radio tower in there. We've started some scenery in this town. You would not want to be sitting here waiting to get across, especially with SSR up to their usual tricks. Hooking everything they can on the two locomotives and hoping it works. You can see in the background that's the Spearwood colliery building, and it'll disappear into a helix and wind its way up to a power station on the next level. Okay, our next location, we're back here at Connaught Tunnel. Maintenance sidings there. Connaught Tunnel actually has several large fans housed in that building over there, which used to push the air through to the other end after diesels and steam trains. The real one was eventually single track to allow for higher cars, but on our model we're keeping double track. This train is actually being driven from a telephone at the moment, using Engine Driver on Android. We are working on connecting 120 locomotive capacity for our Wi-Fi system, and we're upgrading our power supply to handle that sort of stuff. Okay, as it goes through Connaught Tunnel, we'll get up and we can watch it go through the staging yard at Calgary. It's a bit empty at the moment, but it is late on a Saturday afternoon. Alright, that skyboard represents, white paint and the skyboards represent non-scenic areas of the layout, whereas we come across here, that area there between the skyboard and the blue building will soon be a highway bridge to hide the entrance. This is Fort St. James. And this is another, it's actually the helix, but it's also a temporary reversing loop. The helix will wind its way up 2 more levels to get to the next level up, while our train continues around this scenic area, which is, it's temporary, but it'll be there forever. So this train's 40 cars. Most of our trains are between 30 and 40. We can go up. We've had trains running here 71 cars with no problems. I'm not sure how many was on that wheat train, but that would be close to 50. And as you can see, it all runs pretty well. We'll come around for one last shot of it in Fort St. James. So if you're interested in running trains and you live in Sydney, we're open every Saturday from 9 to 9 some days. So feel free to contact anyone at Sydney N-Scale. I'm sure you'll find the address. We're at 75 Chapel Street at Rockdale anyhow, and people are more than welcome to come down just to have a sticky beak. Come down, play trains. It's probably going to be one of the largest layouts in DCC in New South Wales that I know of. I couldn't say for the rest of Australia, but and anyone is welcome. You can run a European train, you can run an Australian train. We have British layouts, we have anything. So feel free to come down and enjoy yourself. Alright, I'm signing off now. I hope you have a lovely night. Bye.